The WBC and their credibility now drawn into question after David Benavidez was stripped of his title for a stimulant. Meanwhile, Oscar Valdez was not. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in all of boxing. Now, I have no time to waste. WBC credibility now under question. Not consistent, inconsistent rules. I did a video 6 days ago. You guys see it on the screen. And it says the WBC will not suspend or punish Oscar Valdez from the CANELO gym. And he tested positive for a stimulant. Instead, Mauricio Suleiman of the WBC has decided that that stimulant is not that bad. So we're now making concessions and allowing fighters to have A and B test fails under the VADA program, the clean boxing program, and still get to fight. Now, the irony of it is this. This is the VADA, Voluntary Anti-Doping Association official probation list. Page 7, you see stimulants. Oh, it's getting fun now. Smash the like button. It's getting fun now. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'm the illest in all of boxing. Oh, it's getting fun now. Stimulants. All stimulants, where relevant, are prohibited. Now you see phentermine right there. I just highlighted it for you. You guys will see it on the screen. Phentermine is on the list. But guess what's also on the list? Let's go to the C's. Cocaine. So the WBC has some splaining to do. If VADA in the clean boxing program has both cocaine and phentermine, both on the prohibited list, as I'm showing you, then explain how only one fighter was stripped of the belt. And I could prove this in multiple ways. Dan Rayfield, who worked at ESPN at this time, he says David Benavidez has now been stripped of the WBC super middleweight title twice. Once for a positive coke test, and once for missing weight. Shaking my head. Right? So this is absolutely true. This is what happened. Not only that, this is the letter. It says this is the letter VADA sent to David Benavidez. So this is confirming his positive test. I got receipts. Don't worry. I came with receipts. It says Mr. Benavidez has the right to promptly request the analysis of a B sample at his expense. Please be aware that VADA yada 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 and does not determine blah blah blah. So it was ruled at the WBC convention that David Benavidez needed to be stripped. He failed. It was on the list, as I just declared and showed you. So therefore, he got stripped of his title. The WBC title at that. It's not like it was another sanctioning body. So please explain how one banned substance list, you have a Mexican-American fighter in David Benavidez. He gets stripped and loses his WBC belt the first time because of that stimulant. Now, keep in mind, he didn't do coke in the locker room. So he did this in his free time, off season, and he tested and failed in the VADA protocol. So they busted him and said, it's not allowed to be in your system. You must follow the rules. Meanwhile, somebody at a Canelo's gym, it must be nice, they refuse. You guys see my videos. The WBC refuses to strip Canelo Gym's Oscar Valdez, and he's fighting tonight. Now you see and can understand why the boxing world is up in arms and there's this uproar. You now understand why the great Ego Veli the Dawn is blacking out this fight tonight, right? Yahoo Sports says boxing took a hit when Oscar Valdez was allowed to fight, right? So keep in mind, Oscar Valdez, he was on the scale for like a minute. I made videos about all this, and it looks like he's struggling with his weight. So you have a stimulant in your system that suppresses appetite and aids in weight loss, and you look weight drained, and it looked like you were struggling to make the weight. People that are on Top Rank, this is a Top Rank promotion, like Tim Bradley and Andre Ward both spoke out and said this is not right. people in boxing are picking money over morals. And Tim Bradley just did an interview where he declared that he really, if it weren't for his preconceived, job description and titles, he really didn't want to call the fight. He was considering boycotting and not being on the call for this fight, but duty calls. He signed up. The network didn't do anything, quote unquote, wrong. So he's going to fulfill his job duties, but he said he doesn't want to. This is a L for boxing. The WBC looks crazy because there's no justification. If it's a rule, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So unless the clean boxing program, look, the roof is blown off of that. You have lost all credibility by allowing this fight to happen under any circumstances. We are officially doing the blackout. I am not participating. I'm not watching the fight. I don't care if he's in Eddie Reynoso or Canelo's gym. If it's a rule for one person, it should be the rule for everybody. And this sets a bad precedence because at the end of the day, fighters are now confused. Can I take phentermine? If you're a black fighter, can you take phentermine? And just you're having trouble making weight, can you take phentermine? Or are they gonna throw the book at you if you fail? That's why you need consistency in any sport. We need some kind of like union or governing body or federal involvement or something to make sure the rules are followed and unified in boxing, because it's clear if given the power, the rules aren't the same. I know none of you in your heart of all hearts can explain how David Benavidez, he reps Arizona. Oscar Valdez reps Arizona. David Benavidez is of Mexican ethnicity, Mexican American. Oscar Valdez is Mexican American or of Mexican ethnicity. They both had have WBC belts. Same organization. As I just showed you and declared, the stimulant ban list, cocaine, as well as phentermine is both on the list. So you can't justify how one person gets blocked and banned and has to apologize and then the next person doesn't, right? You can't make that make sense. You have to admit at that point you are biased. Look, why did David Benavidez, this is ESPN, Dan Rayfield when he worked for them, September 19th, it says David Benavidez apologizes for testing positive for cocaine ingredient, right? So he had coke in his test. He said lesson, and he's younger. Keep in mind, Benavidez, if you're going to make mistakes, he was probably like 22 when this happened, 21 maybe. Oscar Valdez is a whole 30 and the rules are broken for him. One day after super middleweight title holder David Benavidez random drug test came back positive for the banned substance, a key ingredient, cocaine, he said he was sorry in a tweet. So why is David Benavidez embarrassed and apologizing for the fans? This is his tweet. I would like to sincerely apologize to the WBC for my actions. I am embarrassed to have this happen, and to all my fans that I lost respect of. I know a lot of people won't see me the same, but I am young and it was a mistake on my behalf. So not only did he have to make a public statement and condemn his own actions and say he's sorry, Valdez has not said he's sorry. Valdez, all he said was, I don't know how it got in my system.
Oscar, you tested positive for phentermine, a stimulant prohibited by the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. You don't have a prescription, do you?
No, I don't have no prescription.
How did it happen?
What I can say is that I'm a 100% clean fighter. I don't know how that got into my body. I know every fighter is responsible for whatever they consume. But on behalf of myself, I have no clear answer how that got into my body. I've always been and I will always be a clean fighter, so I have no serious question on how that got into my body.
Stuttering all over the place, no actual apology, but per the clean boxing program, David Benavidez was stripped and forced to apologize. Oscar Valdez, he's in the Canelo gym, Eddie Reynoso gym. Clearly, it's a different set of rules. You can't make this stuff up. Look, Benavidez of Phoenix. Valdez represents Tucson or wherever, Phoenix, wherever part of Arizona he's from. right? So this is crazy. This is crazy that it says we didn't have a date for him yet. So he was out of competition and he had cocaine in his system. Now we're waiting for the WBC. Hopefully he can fight in December. We have to wait for the WBC to determine the penalty. Why should David Benavidez have a penalty, but Oscar Valdez doesn't? What's the difference? Because he's with the black advisor, Al Heyman? Because he's not in the Canelo gym? You guys let me know in the comment section, right? And he actually said sorry. Oscar Valdez, to my knowledge, hasn't. So David Benavidez, this sounds like almost a lawsuit. How is he not a WBC champion and that belt now is in the hands of Canelo Alvarez because he lost the belt again? But from the looks of it, he shouldn't have lost. You can just bend the rules. Why didn't you bend the rules for David Benavidez like you did Oscar Valdez? That's my time. Let me know how you guys think and how you feel about this. Is this unfair in the sport of boxing? Drop that in the comment section as always. Hey, comment and subscribe. Till next video, Ego signing off. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.